What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Wealthy Stocks, back with another Tesla update video, taking a look at how Tesla stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we're looking out for moving into the future, and based on that, what the stock could do moving forward. So real quick, we're super close to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button down below and like the video so it can be shared with others. Comment down below what your position in Tesla was looking like today, if you were able to get out before the fall, if you're holding strong, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. We were down $45.40 for the day, which is about 7%, down another $10 in the after hours, which is another almost 2%. So about a 9%-ish drop, 8 to 9% drop if you count after hours. Huge drop for Tesla. But if we compare that to the, if we compare it to the NASDAQ, which was also red, down almost 2%, the Dow was down about 0.44%, about 132 points, and the S&P was down 0.9%. Stocks like Apple that I cover are 2% down, Microsoft's 2%. Zoom was 6.5%, another half, so 7%, and then Tesla finally was down 7%. So let's take a look at the price action for today and what we see. Right out of the gate, the markets were looking kind of weak. Initially, not too weak, right? But other than that, they were looking kind of weak. So we ended the day yesterday kind of in the 650 mark, pushed up to 660 almost in the after hours. Again, tried that 660 level in the pre-market, but right out of the gate, what we saw was a sell-off with the 630 level being kind of the low. Then we pushed up, tried to make a push after above VWAP, got rejected, went down, this time making a low in the 620s, and then pushed up, kind of stayed sideways. And then this is where the sell-off kind of started across the market, right? If you take a look at Apple, you take a look at SPY, whatever you want to look at, this level here of sell-off that we saw in Tesla as well. And that's when we sort of went all the way down to $588. We broke out of that 600 range, which is, crazy. But then we pushed up, couldn't quite make it to VWAP at 615s. And then we traded between the kind of $600 and $610 range until close, kind of closing in the 604.48. And then after hours, we see more selling off happening. We'll kind of try to see where the stock could stop selling off. Now, on the daily chart, what we see is, Tesla was trading kind of in the 400s level, pushed up after S&P inclusion news. And this is kind of the range we are watching. So as you could see, what we have is a engulfing candle, right? Bearish engulfing candle, which means our red for today was had a higher high than yesterday and a lower low than yesterday. So the red candle has all of yesterday's green and then some red. So that's definitely not a good sign for the stock. Typically, it means that there could be more sell-off to come, more bearish news to come. So be on the lookout for that. But from this trend line perspective, right, we're at a key level here because the last time we kind of touched against it, we pushed up the next day, right? So what happens here? Do we finally break out of this range, or do we indeed find support at this level and kind of move up alongside the bottom line, right? We've got two lines that we're sort of trading in between, or do we kind of break out of this trend and then that's the end of sort of this trend? So this is what I'm watching for. I simply took the daily chart, on the daily chart, 1116, connect the line to the 12-2 sort of bottom wick, continue it forward, and you'll get a similar line. That's one thing that I'm watching. The other thing is, on the EMAs, we're right against that 8 EMA at 675. After hours, we've broken it, but I kind of want to see if the stock makes a push towards capturing that 8 EMA on the daily chart. And if not, then on the daily chart, the 21 EMA comes in at 545. What's more accurate to me, though, on the Tesla chart is the 4-hour chart. And what we see here is our high for today comes in right at that 8 EMA, right? So let me get rid of the VWAP and we'll be able to see it better. The 8 EMA comes in at 621.55, and our high for today was our high in the aftermarket, is 621.27. Kind of shows you that the 8 EMA is now acting as resistance. So I kind of want to see moving forward how that, how the stock trades kind of based off of that. But what we see today is we didn't quite find, a level of support off of an EMA. The closest level being kind of down here in the 584s with the 55 EMA in the second 4-hour period, right? So the second half of the day, we found our low was 588 and the 55 EMA was 584. So watching kind of that level to make sure we can stay above the 55 EMA at 584. As you can see, we're at 594, so we've broken below the 34 EMA at 605. We've broken the 605, 584 is next. We're kind of in the middle. So do we capture the 34 EMA or do we find support at the 55 EMA? That's also what I'm watching with the fall. So again, summing it up, watching this bottom trend, watching this 8 EMA to see if we can capture it on the daily chart, and then the 4-hour chart, watching that 55 EMA at 584. Any of these could hold up as resistance or none of them, or excuse me, as support, or none of them can hold up as support. And then kind of from a pushing up perspective, right, what we have are the highs that we set on a daily basis. So today's high of 654 can be kind of the next level we push for, but you know, if we go on the 4-hour chart, it's a bit kind of more than that, right? So 621 from this 4-hour candle, 618 from this, and then 654 from the previous day. But what I'm more concerned about is the potential of more selling pressure based on the bearish engulfing candle. The other thing that I share with you guys, as you know, is this chart that I'm pulling up on my Tastywork, just because I have the setup there already, is on the 4-hour chart, the 15 EMA and the 180-day SMA. The reason being, if we go back to August, the last time we broke below that 15 EMA, right, we sold all the way to the 180-day SMA, which was, a fall from 460s to kind of 330s before we found support. Saw it happening again in kind of September timeframe. So this was late August, early September, then mid-September when we sold off, from the 430s all the way down to the 360s, 370s. I mentioned this level to you guys last week because we kind of broke below it right here, early December, but then we got the news of the Goldman upgrade, so we quickly pushed above that and we were doing nicely, but now we've broken below that. That 15 EMA comes in at 623. I would like to see the stock make a push towards that level. Not saying it's going to sell off all the way to the 180-day SMA because that's at 481. But I am pointing out that that is what happened last time, so it could be a possibility. I think we find support before that, right? Shared a bunch of EMAs that we could find support at, but I'm just sharing kind of that's what happened last time. This time the difference is that we do have that S&P inclusion news, so I do think that that should be a positive catalyst that should keep the stock alive until at least kind of the third week of this month, and then we'll see kind of what happens. But pointing this out because that's what I see. So I thought I'd share with you guys as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Not a great day for my portfolio, right? A lot of red positions. Hopefully you guys had a better trading day than I did. But drop a like if you enjoy these videos. Hit that subscribe button. We're super close to 1,000 subscribers. Comment down below what your thoughts on Tesla are moving forward. I know a lot of you guys are bullish. Want to see what your positions kind of are looking like or what your plans are with that. And I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.